Hi, I'm Mia, and I'm a designer, and welcome to Design Otherwise. It's been a while, but I'm excited to be back to discuss more about design. You might have noticed that I recently changed my channel name from Design Education to Design Otherwise. This video will actually be quite helpful in understanding why I've made that shift. To start, we'll have a look at the history of design. If you take a look at my previous videos, you'll see that I've made lots of different videos specifically on design trends, different design eras like the Bauhaus movement or the streamlined design. So if you want to have a look and a deeper dive into these specific eras, I invite you to do so. But today we'll just take a quick step back into history. Many people like to place the beginning of design at the beginning of the industrial period, approximately 200 years ago. This is when we really started talking about industrial designers. An opposing view says that we've always been designing, analyzing, searching, and developing solutions for the challenges that we faced. I tend to agree with this opinion. I think that design comes in many shapes and forms. We have product design, industrial design, graphic design, transportation, fashion, systems, services, UX, UI. There are so many different types. And I think the reason why we have so many types of design is because at the core, design is a problem-solving process, which means we can use its processes in any industry and in practically any context. This is something that most people today struggle with. When we say designer, we tend to think about someone who is all about making things beautiful, making things pretty, making things buyable. And although that is part of design, and that is part of being a designer, design is so much more. We don't often think about designers as being part of putting together a complex plan on something like public policies or a company strategy. But designers are trained to identify an issue, analyze it, research solutions, and then develop these solutions into intuitive and intelligent designs, products, and services. This means we can use design theory to create many things beyond the design of everyday things and commodities. Even the book, The Design of Everyday Things, which is a reference for product designers, talks about a lot of things, a lot of concepts in design that we could apply to many more things beyond objects. Actually, funnily enough, as I was researching for this video, I found out that the author of The Design of Everyday Things, Don Norman, has recently released a new book called Design for a Better World. I am so excited to read that book, and I am so excited to see such a reference in design really take design. I mean, I haven't read the book yet, but I have an idea of what it's going to be about, and I'm so excited to see him talking about, to read about design being used in a different way. For the past few years, I've been creating lots of videos about design and kind of injecting information on environmental issues within it. So, for example, I made a video on extrusion forming, which is a manufacturing process, where I also talked about the impacts of this manufacturing process. After having posted a video where I was discussing how we need to buy less things in order to mitigate climate change and the impacts of climate change, I got a comment saying, "A designer telling me to buy less things? What a joke. Your livelihood depends on people buying the things that you design." I may have dramatized that a little bit for effect, but it remains true. And while that has been true for the past decades, I don't believe it's entirely accurate. If we take design down to its bare bones, it's about identifying an issue, analyzing the situation, drawing conclusions from that analysis, researching, developing ideas, prototyping, testing solutions, testing new ideas, and then developing a final idea or solution to resolve that problem. This is the strength and the essence of design. Of course, I won't deny that this process hasn't been used to push out new products. And paired with marketing, it's been a huge part of our consumer society. But it's not the only way to use this process. Design thinking is such a powerful process and can be used in so many different ways. What I'm suggesting in this video is that we shift our perspectives and use design for the better, Design is now developing in so many different areas where it wasn't present before. Designers are using their knowledge and their skills to better society as a whole, designing things like public policies, education programs, company strategies, products, services, commodities, etc. This is why I renamed my channel Design Otherwise. I believe that design has the potential to create real, valuable things that improve our lives. Today, I think that just like everyone else, entrepreneurs, manufacturers, teachers, designers have a duty to consider the huge environmental impact of what they're doing. We need to be considering things like the planetary boundaries. Otherwise, we're not actually analyzing the situation of our briefs correctly. We need to consider how our products, services, and solutions will affect our precious resources, how they will affect our CO2 emissions, our air quality, the biodiversity around us, and how all of those challenges will affect design back. Because yes, if we don't realize that these things are going to impact us and our jobs, we're in big trouble. We have two options. We can either start changing and adapting now and avoid the worst, or we will be forced to adapt. At some point, we will lack resources, we will lack energy, we will have too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and that will have all kinds of repercussions on our daily lives. We need to finally understand that, as Humboldt, Norman, Rockstrom, and many others have said, our world is complex, and we need to accept and work with this complexity if we want to be happy, live comfortably, and respect our planet's material limits. We can't keep pushing all these electronics, products, things, the millionth smartphone, the 100th gadget that never actually satisfy us. Let's instead design things that encourage less environmental destruction, more community, more happiness, more social interactions. Let's just design otherwise. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a bit of a personal manifesto on design, which I hope will inspire me to design better in the future, and hopefully will inspire some of you watching this video to adapt and to change the way that you normally would do things. If you enjoyed this video, stick around. I'll be releasing more videos where I take specific design cases where we see an improvement and the intention is to make our lives better. Like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.